This is your host, Dub FFG, Fantasy Football GOAT Strategies. Today, we're going to talk about Week 6, the must-starts and hot reads. Let's get to it. First up, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, Amon-Ra and the Lions, they're coming off their bye week, so they're going to be well prepared to travel to Dallas. And Amon-Ra should have a nice fantasy day because he lines up in multiple slots. He should continue with his high targets because, again, Dallas defense has somewhat been off and on last week, off the week before. So Amon-Ra should take advantage of that. High targets continue, so take him with the over, though he may only have just one touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Next, we have Saquon Barkley. Saquon and the Eagles also coming off a bye week, and they're home versus the Browns. Now, the Browns defense hasn't quite been what we predicted them to be at the beginning of the season, but they're still tough. And Saquon should get his touches. So take Saquon with the over. Expect him to have about 125 to 150 yards total from scrimmage. Take the over. Saquon Barkley. Next, we have the Steelers defense versus the Raiders. Now, the Steelers travel to Vegas this time. Last week was a home game. Disappointing loss to the Cowboys. This time, they look to get back on track. They're riding a 2-game losing streak. So this could be a get-right game for them because the Raiders offense, struggling, unstable. They're switching quarterbacks. The top wide receiver, he wants to leave. So a perfect time for the Steelers defense to get on track. TJ Watts, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Patrick Queen, those guys should eat big. Put them in the game. Steelers defense. Here's a word from our sponsors. Pick up your favorite team's gear from NFL Shop by Fanatics. Use the GOAT Strategies link below to save on your purchase. Next up on the hot read list, we're looking at Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk, he's definitely one of the hot players in the NFL today. He, along with the Falcons, are traveling to Carolina. They're playing the Panthers. The Panthers, 31st ranked defense versus quarterbacks. So this is a great matchup for Kirk Cousins. Expect about 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins, put him in the game. Next up, we're looking at Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr had a huge day last week against the Ravens. This week, he looks to continue. A Sunday night game versus the Giants. So expect big plays again. 1 to 2 touchdowns, about 100 plus yards. Ja'Marr Chase, he's that dude looking for a new contract. Chip on his shoulder, keep him in the game. Next, we have Amari Cooper. Now, Cooper and the Browns offense, they're set with talent. However, their setback right now is their quarterback. But for some reason, Amari Cooper still pretty much gets his fantasy numbers. They have a road game versus the Eagles. The Eagles are the 28th ranked defense versus wide receivers. So expect Amari Cooper to have 100 yards and at least 1 touchdown. Out of those 100 yards, he should have at least 1 big play, which he's pretty much had in each game this season. Some have been called back for penalties, some have not. But Amari Cooper, he should eat big against that Eagles defense. He's owned them in the past. Next, we have the rookie, Jayden Daniels. Now, Daniels, he's also a hot player, so he definitely belongs on this hot read list. He's just traveling up the road to Baltimore. They're playing the Ravens. This should be a big game. And the Ravens, their defense hasn't been that great versus quarterbacks. Still tough. Still can make some big plays. Still can rattle some rookie quarterbacks, which they're looking to do this Sunday. But this time, this is a playmaking quarterback. A playmaking rookie quarterback who has a lot of confidence. So expect him to have about 200 yards total and 2 touchdowns. Jayden Daniels, they're going to get after him from Baltimore, but he's still going to hold his own. Put him in the game. With Week 6, this is the time that you nurture your fantasy team. Take a look at it. Take a look at your wins and losses. Evaluate them very closely. Evaluate your competition. Are they below 500? Are they above 500? Because this is the time, feast on them. Prey on them. This is GOAT strategy. There's no taking prisoners here. You're here to win and to win big. So make the moves you have to make, set the lineup that you have to, and win your game. This is Dub FFG. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, you can support the channel by clicking the link below to go to NFL Shop by Fanatics, purchase your favorite team's gear, or purchase your Fantasy Football GOAT Strategies apparel down below as well. Click the links. We'll see you soon.